So today I want to talk about a topic that I think that is very, very important to have that conversation. And that topic, my friends, is about money. And believe me, I do get it. For a lot of people, talking about money is very boring. Believe me, as soon as I open up my mouth with the word money, all I hear is or Tiffany, I think my phone is about to die. Yeah, I'll call you later. Bye. Click. Believe me, I get it. Money is not a fun topic to talk about, but it is very important to talk about, if you know what I mean. As many of you know, I have been on my financial journey for a few years now, but I do feel like I started my financial journey just a little bit later in the game, so to speak. Like some of you, I went to college, I got myself into a lot of debt, but through the grace of God, I was actually able to pay off my debt. So I'm very, very grateful for that. At some point, if you are trying to achieve financial freedom, you just want to just go ahead and start because it is never too late. However, the reason why I really wanted to talk about money today is because, well, growing up in my household, we never talked about money. You know, it was almost like money was this monster, like hidden in the shadows of the closet. But we didn't actually acknowledge that it existed. So it was there. We just didn't talk about it, like, ever. And I remember growing up thinking to myself, well, if this thing is so evil, why do we spend the majority of our time working so hard to achieve it, if you know what I mean? So on one hand, you have, oh, money is the root to all evil, or money doesn't grow on trees. So you're hearing all of these negative thoughts about money, but we spend the majority of our time working in an office or just working in general. Even to this day, when I want to talk about money to some of my family members, it almost feels like it's a disrespectful topic to talk about. So today I want to talk about some of the money myths that you could probably relate to that might actually be stopping you from achieving financial freedom. So let's go. Well, I'll always be broke. I actually had a friend a couple of months ago correct me because everything that was coming out of my mouth was negative about money, that I was actually attracting that negative energy when it came down to my finances. And that, my friend, is a no-no. So Valerie, if you are watching, thank you very much. Sometimes we're just not aware of some of the things that we're saying or doing that could potentially block us from our blessing. When we are trying to manifest something that we really want, you have to be very careful with the tongue, because the tongue holds the power of that goal happening or not happening at all. So you have to be very careful. And I'm just a firm believer, if you are looking at money in a negative way, well, you're going to constantly attract these stereotypes into your life. And this is something we really want to avoid. So instead of saying, I will always be broke, why don't you claim it today and say, today I'm going to be wealthy, so that you can manifest that into existence. Like the old saying goes, you are what you eat. I like to say you are what you speak, because we want to manifest our dreams. We don't want our dreams running out the front door, if you know what I mean. At the end of the day, I want us all to win. And the only way we can do that is by changing our mind frames, if you know what I mean. Money is the root to all evil. This was a classic saying in my family. In fact, it was a generational saying. My parents' told them that money was evil, and so on and so forth. So growing up, I actually believed that money, in fact, was evil. I also believed that getting rich and becoming wealthy was crazy too. So the idea of retiring early or just retiring in general, I didn't really see a future of retirement, or in some cases not even retire at all, because it's just something that I just never saw in my family. Now, when it comes down to the quote, money is the root to all evil, a lot of people tend to misquote this. It actually says, for the love of money is the root to all evil. And if you read a little further, this is typically someone who will do whatever it takes just to become rich, and in return ends up causing them a lot of pain. So if a person is literally married to money, I mean like obsessed with it to the point of hurting others, so then at that point, that person is definitely in the danger zone. Because at the end of the day, it's not the physical money that's evil. Money could be used for a lot of good things, such as building schools or helping other people, or even buying your future house. Here's another myth that almost cost me my early retirement. I'm too young to start saving for retirement. You see, when I was 21, I fell in love with investing. I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and let me tell you, I was on my journey, if you know what I mean. At that time, I started investing in penny stocks, and believe it or not, at 21, I got lucky. I invested in this penny stock. I think I put like $100 in there, and then a week or so later, it went up to $1,000. And then I took that money, it was like another FDA project. Anyway, I took that $1,000 and put that into that project. I made over $40,000. And guess what? Within 20 to 48 hours later, I ended up losing it. And it was all because I didn't understand investing. Number one rule of investing: never fall in love with a stock. So I ended up getting discouraged, and for years I stopped investing altogether. And this was all because I didn't have a basic understanding of financial education. Even though I started early, I didn't have that foundation. So it ended up costing me years worth of not investing. The earlier you start, the better. And guess what? There's so much information out there. So many YouTube videos about how to invest in an index fund, what is an ETF, that can help start you on your journey today. And it's free, because at the end of the day, age has nothing to do with retirement. It's how much you invest and how early you start that can get you to your early retirement at a quicker pace. Investing in the stock market is way too risky. About a couple of months ago, I was actually having a conversation with one of my family members, and I was telling them about the importance of investing, and they just looked at me and said, yeah, I'm not going to invest in the stock market because it's way too risky. And of course, back in the day, you could have gotten a really good rate on your savings, especially in the 60s and the 70s. Nowadays, you can't save your way to financial independence, especially when you factor in inflation. So you mean to tell me it's costing me more money to buy that same cheeseburger that I bought last year with the same quality, only now I get less fries? Crazy, isn't it? And inflation, my friends, is hurting all of us. It's like the faster I get a raise, the faster everything else around me goes up. It's like, didn't I just get a raise? So now, are you seeing why it is so important to invest your money so that it grows, so that it compounds over time? The reality is, you want your money to be working hard for you so you don't have to. And you can do this through investing. And believe me, I do understand. Some of you out there are struggling to make ends meet, to pay your bills. Single parents, believe me, I hear you. But the only way to be able to get out of your current situation and have generational wealth is to start investing, is to start paying yourself first. I don't care if it's $25 a week, $10, whatever the case may be. Even if you want to start today by researching, and that, my friends, will not cost you a penny, but you still want to start somewhere. Oh, and my favorite myth of all: money can't buy you happiness. Now, of course, this myth can be very debatable, because if you have the money or you've already achieved financial freedom or retirement, well, you have time, and that, my friends, you can't get back. So at the end of the day, although money can't buy you physical happiness, it can provide you with not only the freedom and the lifestyle, but it also provides you with time to do all of the things that you want to do and to live your best life. I hope you guys stick around with me on this financial journey, because this is just something that I've been working on in the background, and I wanted to let you guys in on it because this is a part of my life and you guys are on the journey with me, and I wanted to show you some of the things that I am doing in order to achieve my own financial independence. Like I said earlier, the earlier you start understanding the basics of financing and investing, the faster you can retire. It's that simple. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as we drift into freedom together. See you soon. What if you had the right amount of money to retire today? Would you do it?